Alrighty, well, welcome to this quarterfinal in the category C of Virgo Cup between Mufantasticos and Boris Yeta. It's gonna be a good one, I can tell you that much. Let's introduce our players. We'll start with blue here. In the blue, we've got Lucio C playing as the Byzantines. Alright. In the green, we have Gera playing as the Teutons. Teutons on Arabia. Well, you don't always see it, but Teutons, we have some stuff to say about that. We'll talk about it in a second. In the teal, we have La Papa playing as the Vietnamese. No surprises there. In the purple, we have Simon playing as the Saracens. All right. In the yellow, we have Damilongi playing as the Berbers. I like that. And then we have Hans here for Tino as the flank. Interesting. Now, I do need to remind the audience that most of the standard flank civs for Arabia have been banned. I'm talking about Ethiopians, Britons, and Mayans. So then, teams will have to get creative with what civilizations they pick. Huns certainly are an okay flank civ. They do get Arbalest, they get all the upgrades, so I guess there's that. So it's fine. One thing that also helps here is that the Hun player, the team bonus, is that your stables work faster. This applies to yellow as well, which means that Berbers, which can already spam a lot of cavalry as is, can now do so really fast as well. I can see that work together, that bonus. That's kind of nice. Versus Byzantines, though. Well, Huns save wood on not having to build houses, but that's about it as far as Huns economy bonuses are concerned. Byzantines likewise don't really have a clear eco bonus as well, but they do have the possibility to go fast imp with the cheaper Imperial Age upgrade, which of course is a very dangerous strategy you always need to keep in mind when playing against Byzantines. Yeah, well, the Hun player will not be fast imping, probably, if he does, unless he booms really well. We'll see. On the other side, between teal and purple, Saracens versus Vietnamese. I'd say Vietnamese are the more defensive civ, because they are a bit slower to get going. They do have the better archers, I'd say. Saracens have extra attack on their archers against buildings, but that doesn't help you in archer v archer fights, whereas the Vietnamese bonus, that extra HP, really does help you in 1v1 fights. But of course, the Saracens will be able to make use of the Saracen market, which you can abuse or use, however you want to call it, and get a better uptime than your opponent. I'm talking about a better castle age uptime. You can't get a better fuel age uptime with the Saracen market, because you can't build it yet. Nope, we're not there yet. It's a dark age after all. And that leaves us with yellow versus green. Teutons versus Berbers. Now, we have quality over quantity once again. So Berbers, of course, spam generic knights, generic camels, but they are cheaper, which means you can make a lot more of them. Coupled with the Hun stable bonus means that they will also come out a lot faster too. But the Teutons, where they lack numbers, they make up for that in quality, in strength. Because in the Castle Age, you get extra melee armor on all your melee units. Which is kind of nice, isn't it? It means that your knights will be able to win most fights one-on-one versus Berbers. So Berbers are going to have to mix in some camels, probably. Or just simply outproduce the Teuton player to keep up with that. I would always suggest, don't just open camels with Berbers, even if you're up against a knight civ and you're like, you know what, I should just open camels and get an engagement. The thing is, camels die to archers. There will always be archers on the field in a 3v3 on both sides of the map, and if you make camels, you're not going to be able to take good fights against teal or blue, right? Whereas if you make knights, you can still snipe villagers and archers because knights have the pierce armor to do so. Then if you are being attacked at your home base, you can totally make some camels. Or if the Teuton player is completely overwhelming you in numbers, which shouldn't happen because you are Berbers, right? At least that's how I look at it. You, of course, can have a different opinion from that. That is totally fine. But of course, at the end of the day, opinions are opinions, but results are results as well. So we'll see how this will work out. Now, last thing we could probably talk about here is resources. We have a back gold for blue. But it's fairly open here. Wow, that's an open base right there. That's going to be a lot of awkward walling for blue. So even though this gold is further away from his opponents, he still needs to wall around it to keep it safe. Berries are forward. That is awkward, as it always is. We have a early barracks here for the Hun player, and he's going to open Hun infantry. All right then. Yeah, we got some militia coming out. They will be men at arms soon. Now, Men-at-Arms do delay your archers, but if you can hit the berries especially with your men-at-Arms, I can see you, you definitely get a lead on your opponent. Unfortunately, green scouting. Green scouting is good here. He must have seen that barracks or not. Well, he's being chased by militia now. I'm not actually sure if green saw that. He's now reacting to it. Wait. Yeah, okay, now green sees it. Now he sees it. Oh, he should have seen it. So if you see an X now, then green is telling his teammate, yo, you're gonna get men-at-arms against you. Now, yeah, there you go. Blue now knows he's gonna wall in the berries. It's kind of awkward, of course, but that's better than being hit on the berries and having to abandon them. Especially berries, right? Because right now, as the archer player, you're in a very critical phase. You're gonna have to spend a lot of wood on archer range and a blacksmith in order to get your archers out with upgrades. That means you won't have the wood to drop a lot of farms. As a result, you will rely a lot on berries for your food income in order to keep your TC running. If you don't have that food, you're going to have to idle your TC or spend wood on farms, either of the two. And neither of them is good in this critical situation. So the fact that blue still has his berries is really good for him. On the other side, we have a back gold for teal. That's fine. Forward berries, but already kind of walled in for teal. Not that he's going to have to worry about men-at-arms from purple, because purple is just walling. Alright. Let's have a look. Men-at-arms now in for red. Red is just going to try to break through blue's walls. Not sure if he's going to be able to do it, though. Nah, blue's just going to repair that. And red's just going to have to walk around. Don't think red has been able to do as much damage as he was hoping for. And as a result, yeah, you can see that you will be delayed in getting archers out. There's not a single archer on the field yet for red. Only one archer range either, as red just won't be able to afford all of that. He also invests in a lot of farms, which again is nice for economical purposes, but militarily, blue will get a hit here. That depends, of course, if red actually manages to break and do damage. So we'll see. Anyways, we have green sending his scouts forward, but yellow is right here with the scouts as well. And I like that yellow is here, because blue is the more vulnerable player. Blue did not wall, like, at all. Well, I guess he kind of walled, but not really, huh? Purple did wall, so purple is the player that has a safer economy right now. So it's better for yellow to be here. And indeed, green was sending his scouts this way, so yellow countering that, and here comes red with a few archers. As we have, ooh, blue trying to go for the quick wall. The quick wall does not work, but the villager does kill the scout. And now the quick wall works. Nicely done there by blue, keeping that villager alive for the time being. Yeah, these men-at-arms have done little damage. They have forced blue into some quick walls. They have forced blue into some walls around his economy. They've definitely delayed blue. But they didn't get a whole lot of kills. Now, green's should probably not fight these men-at-arms. I don't think that's a good idea, because then you're just trading scout HP versus men-at-arm HP. Men-at-arms that red doesn't care about anymore. I mean, green is already behind in the scout numbers as is. Ooh, a villager that was out in the berries. Ooh, of course, the berries will be denied at this point. Now that archers have shown up, one villager down and another villager down as well, as blue can't save it. Aye. Oh, there's a hole as well. Blue. The defense so far has been good, but you're starting to see some cracks in the armor here, as blue is taking some damage now. 3 villagers down. Alright, well, red is losing some archers now, but still, versus 3 villagers, we will take those any day. Meantime, on the other side, looks like teal and purple have just kind of kept their archers at home. You know, get their walls up first, because they realize we are on the side that cannot rely on cavalry support, at least not for the time being. So we should probably just wall up, keep ourselves safe, and keep the archers at home. And that is totally fine. Alrighty. Well, yellow still has better production than green. I think that is fair to say. We have 3 scout cavalry right now for green. Only 3 for green, 8 for yellow. So yellow's been producing a lot more scouts. I think they're slightly cheaper as well. Or that discount only starts in Castellates. I'm not sure. I think it does start in Fuelate, doesn't it? Well, hang on, I can check that actually. And I kind of need to know that. Let's just follow these scouts. Hang on, let me check that. Berbers, because I do want to know that. It's important, because that would explain stable units. Yeah, it only starts in Castellates. Okay, so not in Fuelate. So these scouts are no cheaper than the Tooting scouts, which means that green just had worse macro, worse production. Now, That's good on yellow then. Good on yellow. It means that green can't take any fights right now. I mean, it will get a little bit easier for the Teuton player in castle states, but for now, yellow rules supreme. Yellow should probably join up with red. Red is actually coming in from the north with some archers, and right now, blue, he has 9 archers to defend himself, but if yellow and red are working together, it's going to be difficult for blue. And it's going to be about uptime as well now. As you see, yellow and green both not close to clicking up. Both of them are actually investing in upgrades right now. As yellow snipes a spearman before the spearman does too much damage. And green, who has armor already, is getting the attack upgrade as well. Just to be able to match the scout, scout numbers for yellow. It's going to be awkward still though. 6 scouts versus 11. Yellow is spamming scouts, man. Well, he thinks that Berbers get that discount in feudalates then. Well, I mean, I can't say anything about that because I thought that too, but it's not true. Red's still going to the gold. He's still walking around. Now, blue, of course, is going to go to the right side of his base now because, well, that's where yellow's scouts are. Here comes green. I really want yellow and red to join forces here. Wait, can yellow actually get out of here? He should be able to get out there. Okay, good. Yellow's going to run away. Here goes blue, though. Blue denying the gold for the time being. Blue didn't, red. Blue did notice that. And red's not going to try to hit the wood line. Again, still very awkward. Now, yellow can actually join up with red. He probably should. They could totally take a fight here. Going on the other side. Wow, we have Teal coming forward. A Vietnamese army, alright. 17 archers, as we have 17 archers and 5 skirmishers from purple. So purple has the bigger army at the moment. Alright, yellow chasing away these scouts so that red can stay alive. It's only a few archers after all, but still, you can still kill villagers with these. And red is bringing in the reinforcements. Oh, yellow. A bit of miscommunication here between yellow. Yellow was not there in time to keep these scouts in front of the archers for red, and red taking some damage there, losing 3 archers. No, 2. Or 3. I'm not sure. 2. Same thing now between blue and green, except blue can actually retreat in his town. He even creates a little choke point for himself. There you go, very awkward. But of course, these scouts do have armor, and these armored scouts can certainly kill these archers. Again, defending a choke point has been pretty good for blue. There you go. This is why a choke point is good, because most of the military for yellow could not attack. In the meantime, green manages to kill most of red's archers as well. I mean, this is kind of... this is still Category C, so sometimes the communication is not as good as it would be in Category A matchups, and this is totally fine. There's a lot of stuff going on. You gotta get your economy rolling at the same time. Things that matter, though, is that red is on the way to Castle Age, and blue is not. But blue is almost there. He just needs some gold. Teal, in the meantime, probably saw purple's army and thought, you know what? I'm just gonna go back home. I liked home, My base looks pretty. My people were happy. There's no reason to go and put my people through a lot of despair by going to war with an equally strong opponent. Alrighty, well, Teal is on the way to Castle Age, and he will be there before the Saracen player. And the Saracen player, did he rob a market? Yes, he did. Did he buy food? Yes, he did. Well, someone bought food. Anyways, crossbow will be in for Teal first. Let's see if he can take a good engagement against the Saracen player and get an advantage that way. Of course, purple is still completely open from the back. As he refused to take, and he also hasn't taken these wood lines. Well, I think maybe taking these wood lines would be fine. You just gotta pull back your villas if they are attacked. Because now, this wood line is kind of inefficient. Look, these villagers are walking a lot of time. You can tell from the efficiency, all the time, more than a quarter spent moving, right? It's because of this wood line being so inefficient. That's why. And the more villagers you have on a wood line, the faster it depletes. And of course, the more villagers you have, the bigger the price. As purple did actually notice that. It did notice that. Immediately reacts to it. But yeah, all these villagers are going to have to go somewhere else now. Alright. Well, yellow has 1,000 food. Wow. Alright then. Yellow. My god. Why did you not make 1,000 scouts from that? Jeez. Yellow will have all the food in the world to be spamming knights here soon. Oh boy, this is going to be crazy. 3 stables. Yep, yellow is ready. He's ready, alright. Let me click this away because, of course, we don't want that. There you go. Red has a spearman. Red is with crossbows forward as well. Can take a fight against these knights. Teuton knights, of course, they get extra melee armor, but not extra pierce armor. So they're still they die just as hard to crossbows as any other knight, civ would. 14 crossbows, you still need 3 shots to kill a knight here. So it's not 2-shotting yet, and definitely not 1-shotting. You need 40 crossbows for that. Alright, we have teal now trying to break into purple's base. Shouldn't take too long now with this many crossbows, and there you go, 33 of them. Purple waiting for his upgrades. He needs 15 seconds. 15 seconds, but purple's army is smaller than teal's army at this point. Teal has 42 crossbows. Purple is, yeah, he's gonna struggle against this. He might be Saracens, you know, but that's not gonna save you against the Vietnamese, especially because Vietnamese still get the better archers. Remember that. Look at the HP difference. It's not even close. Now purple's micro is good because he's gonna need it. On the other side though, yellow's knights, camels are not here. Oh, yellow making a classic mistake there. Go opening camels. Now again, you can open camels. It just means that you can't fight around blue's archers anymore. Which means that you can't really help red as much as you could with knights. I don't like the camel opening. I don't like it. I think you want to open knights unless you fall behind. I know Teuton knights is scary. They have extra melee armor, but it's only 1. You're gonna make more knights, so it's fine. Yeah, red's army will get cleaned up, and unfortunately that early crossbow for red did not do the damage that he probably intended that it should. Alright. Now, you're gonna cross the camels. Now, look at that. Camels cannot fight this. They simply can't. They lack the pierce armor in order to survive crossbow shots. The only thing that they can fight is green. But if green sticks with blue, there's basically never a time that yellow can take a comfortable fight. Now, there's 2 ways out of this. 1, make knights. 2, send the camels here. If you're gonna attack green, how is green gonna defend himself against camels? Well, the answer is he won't. Like that's pretty much impossible with just knights. The knights would definitely die. Now, can the camels do a lot of damage besides that? Not really. They can't really kill buildings. They definitely can't. I mean, they can't really kill villages, and they definitely can't kill buildings. But still, you can still force green to take really bad trades in his base, which would be one way to go at it, right? Although I think in general, teamwork is still the better way to win games. Okay, Teal in the meantime has backed up. Even though you could totally win that fight, but there are a lot of skirmishers here which have the 2nd armor upgrade, which of course is very awkward to fight against, but you still have 51 crossbows, and I think green should probably go to the right now. I think that's important. Purple is the bottom score, right? Blue has more crossbows than red does. Yellow is also making a lot of camels, which, yeah, kill knights, but don't kill crossbows, right? Look how fast they die. Right, so purple. I mean, if yellow actually tries to attack blue's base, blue will be able to defend himself. I think green right now should be here and kill this with teal, who has the bigger army. Look at that army. That army should be used. That army's doing nothing right now. That army must be used. Oh, Teal's gonna take matters into his own hands as the Berber player is spamming from 4 town centers. Teal says, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Yellowstown. And why not? How is yellow gonna defend himself from that with camels? Yep. I still think that the Berber player should just be making camels here. I mean, imagine if he had knights now, he would have had 21. That's the same number as the Teuton player, and he would probably start to outnumber the Teuton player eventually, right? Because you simply can't just make more knights with Berbers. Yes, it's an awkward fight, I know, but still. Like, with knights, yellow could maybe engage here. There's only 15 knights there. You know, yellow, if he's going to try to fight now, let's see how the fight is going to go. All right, there's not that many crossbows here for blue. Blue is actually going to get surrounded. Let's see how this fight is going to go. Red will be here as well to help snipe the knights, but at the end of the day, many camels have died. A lot of camels have died, and even if green's knights finally bite the dust, which they will, of course, it is still camels. Look how many camels died as well. He had almost twice the number and still lost half, right? So, yeah. Blue, of course, is sitting on a hill. That's pretty good. As teal is... Well, he pushed yellow off a goal, but I guess he didn't dare to go run in here. Well, teal, why don't you try to go somewhere else? Like, sit here with your crossbows. I mean, force purple to send army to deal with you. 64 crossbows. Jesus Christ. This dude, he produced a lot. This is why I want green to be on this side. We have such a large army, right? A large army that can't do anything because it can't fight town centers and it can't fight the skirmishers. Yeah, if green would be here right now, it would be a lot better. I know they feel the need to be on this side because blue is getting 2v1, but 2v1 by camels is not the worst thing in the world here. No. It's 44 villages for blue, though, so that's not a whole lot. And teal's on the way to imp. Yeah, those knights need to be on the other side right now. I mean, yeah, teal will be able to fight on his own with Imperial Age, and it's not like yellow can do anything about it, right? But still. On the other side, though, red is also on the way to imp. Now, this makes sense. Red is Viking. No, wait, no, red's not Vikings. He's Huns. Never mind, never mind. They have the same architecture, and you never see Huns in Arabia like this, so I got confused. And there you go. That's pretty fast Imperial Age time for red then, with, yeah, 80, with 80 villagers is pretty good. He's also switching it to cavalry archers now. Interesting decision. He does have more military than blue does, sort of. Actually, not really. Not really. I'm not sure how this fight would go, actually, with 40 crossbows, which can most certainly kill camels. I don't know. Interesting fight. Now, blue will not be an Imperial Age anytime soon, even with the Byzantine bonus, right? That you get cheaper imp upgrade. The cheaper imp upgrade, you're still not going to be able to afford that. As yellow is losing a few knights here to blue. So, I think blue should probably take a fight here against red's crossbows as soon as he can. We have a castle now going up for purple, who also is is also trying to go up the imp as well to match what Teal is doing. Teal is about to get hit imp, but I'm not seeing him push just yet. As we have a fight there. Camel's trying to kill the crossbows, but look at that. Look at that. Camel's struggling to kill the crossbows, whereas the knights have no issue whatsoever cleaning up red's army. And as a result, red has no crossbows and blue still has the decked bows. And there you go. This is why opening straight camel is not that good of an idea. This is why. Because in a 2v2 fight with some good micro, right, the crossbows can kill the camels, but the crossbows for red can't kill the knights as easily. And now red is an Imperial Age with 11 cavalry archers, not enough to push. Yeah, that wasn't the best fight there. And honestly, even if I were Huns, I would still stick with Arbalists. They are the better unit to push bases, whereas cavalry archers have a hard time pushing buildings. Things like that. They're not as durable as crossbows in that regard. They're also more expensive. Maybe not so much for Huns, but still. And you need a large ball of them, which right now, red does not have. As green is sending in more knights, now the Berber player is trying to make knights, but unfortunately, you are far behind the Teuton player now, and that's a problem. Red also trying to fight, and look at that. This is why cavalry archers, you need to have military control to go for CA, because otherwise the crossbows will simply one-shot you and kill you. In the meantime, we have Teal putting pressure on Purple's base. Purple is almost in Imperial Age. Right now has castles to defend himself. So Purple is still holding on because he has to. Because on the other side, red and yellow are struggling. Red trying to drop a castle now on his wood line to stop this pressure from breaking in. Oh! Giant mangonel shot on the crossbows. Right in the nargles. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. That was a great shot for red. And that may actually save him. Because now blue is going to have to back up here. And red can get more cavalry archers out. So for the time being, yeah. Now that it's night, ironically, now green can actually leave blue alone without blue dying to this. Because blue, with 63 villagers, again, is probably not going to click up anytime soon here. If only green had been here, then maybe teal could actually push purple's base a lot easier. Purple's gonna get some Imperial Age siege out now. I'm hoping for some trebuchets. Unfortunately now, right now, purple actually has an Imperial Age army as well. Now, green has been on the left side, but I really want him to go to the right. Like that's where damage could be done. If they could overwhelm purple's base, that would put a lot of pressure on yellow as well. Yellow is only on two town centers, by the way. He's at 90 villagers. 84 for green, who is on 5 town centers. But I want to see the idle TC time. Oh, oh my god, 40 minutes of idle TC time. Yeah, no wonder that the Teuton player, despite having that many town centers, is still behind. Because he didn't produce from all of them. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe sticking with 3 would probably have been fine for green. You know. Alright, like I said, red looking for villagers to kill as blue is keeping all of his villagers close to his DCs to keep them safe. Still has crossbows, so could fight against the cavalry archers, but yeah, some free crossbows there for yellow. Good stuff. Teal now taking a fight against these annoying skirmishers, which do they have the final armor crate? Yes, they do. So you can't even fight this. This is why I want some knights here. Green, send some cavalry here. So teal can actually kill purple. Oh, lag spike. Because teal can totally kill purple. Teal is ahead of purple in the vill count, only slightly, but definitely the military count. It's 100 Arbalest versus only 18. Again, purple should be dying here, but because purple has Well, teal doesn't have a lot of siege, and purple has, well, doesn't have to worry about any knights running in his base. Purple's still alive. As look at that crossbow still doing okay against the cavalry archers, which have better upgrades, by the way. They have bracer, something that blue does not have because blue's still in castle age. Alright, as red walks into the range of the tower, is going to take some damage there. And like I said, cavalry archers struggling to push here. We have Arbalest v Arbalest, Trebuchet v Trebuchet. If only there were cavalry here, it'd be a lot better. Unfortunately, we got the Green probably preoccupied now with what is happening at his base. Green is in the Imperial Age. That's nice, but where's his army? Oh, it's chasing this right now. It's yellow and red. Wow, yellow and red are actually going to go to the right now because they see the teal's getting overwhelmed at the same time. Ironically, this will draw green to the right-hand side where he should have been, which is actually pretty good for Mufantasticos. That's kind of funny. Yellow is actually inviting green to go this way, which may lead to green actually being here and killing purple. That's hilarious. For now, though, the yellow arrives first, and here comes the cavalry. Not Imperial Age, though. Remember that, as yellow snipes a trap. But remember, it's not Imperial Age military, so a lot of knights are dying here. Numbers that yellow desperately needs. As blue, green... Green! He's making Teutonic Knights! Green, you gotta be kidding me, right? This is a team game! Oh, man, category C, man. They crack me up. That's got to be a misclick. He is not producing anymore. That would be bad. Oh, yeah. Here's the thing that you shouldn't be doing with Teutons. Don't even try to chase these cavalry archers. You just ask your teammates to send crossbows. It's much better. Because now Green is chasing this small raiding party with Teuton cavalry. If Red's not going to respond to this, though, if Red does respond, he will eventually clear this out. But right now... Imagine if the cavalry was right here, killing the trebuchets, killing Purple's economy. I think that's a bit of communication, a bit of teamwork that Mufantasticos are simply lacking. They're not really employing the Teuton cavalry like they should. There you go. Stop chasing it. There you go. You can't chase this. You don't have husbandry. You're simply too slow. Or just rely on your fortifications as Teutons. That's the only thing that you can do. Alright, where's Yellow's army? Well, Yellow kind of lost all his knights, didn't he? Yeah, that's the problem, of course, with Arbalest versus Castle Age Knights. Castle Age Knights will die, as Teal has enough Arbalest to be attacking on two fronts simultaneously. He's sitting still on this hill as Purple is trying to get his numbers back up. He's trying to break into Yellow's base as well. And yeah, you have Purple dealing with that. Blue's still holding on with his own Arbalest, and of course the Hunt player is going to struggle against that. It's only 26 cavalry archers on the field for now, as... Oh, Green, stop it! Stop chasing this! This is a meme! This is the whole Teutons meme. Like, they die to cavalry archers because they have to chase it to death. Don't do it. It doesn't work. That's why it's a meme. Better to let Teal deal with this. As Teal is still busy over here, he did walk into Yellow's base and pushed Yellow off of gold, and there's still a lot of resources here that he could range with his Arbalest. Blue, in the meantime, still just holding his front, and Blue is just being a punching bag for his team now, as we have Hussars coming out. Oh boy, the raids continue. Not much that the Teuton player could do about that. Where's the Teuton army right now? Where is it? Oh boy, Paladin upgrade is in. Now please, tell me he's going to send those into Purple's base, because that's where they need to be right now. That is where they need to be. We want to be attacking this. Look, Purple's economy wide open. Paladin raid would be devastating. There we go. 48 minutes into the game. Green shows up at the right side. And Purple will absolutely die to this because skirmishers don't do anything. Look how slow this cavalry is. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. But there they are. They make it to Purple's base. And now Teal can finally push this. Finally. And yes, of course you're going to have to deal with cavalry archers. And I can't believe that the Teutonic Knights are actually killing cavalry archers. What? Oh, Red. Yeah, Red can't pay attention to everything. He's also trying to raid with the Hussars. As Blue still has a lot of Arbalest. I think Blue might, maybe make a few cavalry units here to bail out the Teuton player. Because at least he gets husbandry, so he can deal with the Hussars. As the cavalry archers run through your town. And there you go. You want to just spread these out and kill everything. There you go. In the meantime... it would be nice if you'd send some cavalry to deal with this. I mean... excuse me. I mean, Teal will deal with this, but still. Teutonic Knights. I can't believe we're seeing Teutonic Knight. Again, only Category C. This would never happen in Category B or in Category A, ever. Maybe if they were trolling. But in Category C, stuff like this actually can happen. You know? Which, I mean, we can laugh about it, but the Teutonic Knights were actually killing the Cavalry Archers. So I don't know about you, but they were doing their job, right? Alright, yeah, but Purple now is getting completely overrun. 81 villagers only for him. Way more Arbalest for Teal. He did lose a lot of Arbalest, of course, but still. Comes down to Yellow and Red on the other side. Now, Yellow is finally in the Imperial Age, can finally make Imperial Age army. Unfortunately now, it's too late for Berbers to switch into your own Cavalier because you simply can't match what the Teuton player is doing. So now you actually do need heavy Camel. So now, getting Camel is okay. You know, because you need to hunt down the Paladin and kill those. Still means you can't really fight around the flank position, right? Blue is still losing ground here to Red, and now we're getting to Cavalry Archer numbers that are scary. How many do we have here? 42. The answer to everything. As we have the Teuton player sending in some cavalry as well. See how this fight is going to go. Blue needs to hold on to the side so that Teal can push the right-hand side. We have Heavy Camel now. Heavy Camel will be able to kill the Teuton cavalry, even with that extra melee armor. +2, actually. Yeah, there you go. The Paladins will still die to this. Oh, boy. Yeah, nope, you can't fight that. You need to fight with Teal. Yeah, Green, you're going to have to fight with Teal now. I know you don't like to do that. You know, you like to pretend that La Papa doesn't exist. But he's going to save you. There you go. Yeah, send him to the Arbalest, and the Arbalest will kill the camels. Yeah, and I mean, there's no good choice for the Berber player to make here. If he makes Cavalier, he will die to the Teutons. If he makes Camels, he will die to the Vietnamese. Again, there's no good option. It's basically a bit too late now. Teutons in late game simply are the stronger civilization. Now, there's one thing that Yellow could do if he keeps his economy alive. Make Hussar and raid the Teuton player to death. That you could do. Because the Teutons can't deal with that. They really can. They'd have to chase that around with Paladin. Because you do not get light cav as Teutons. So you get no raiding unit. Whereas Yellow does get that. So as soon as Green runs out of gold, his army is going to be a lot weaker as well. Blue, unfortunately, losing his castle on the left-hand side, and the Hunt players finally pushing in, getting closer to where Mufantasticos were thinking about trading. Well, that's not going to happen. No, boy. You want to put these markets over here, so they're not as close to the front line. And also, wall. Stone wall. Alright, Teal and Green are slowly moving into Yellow's base, and Yellow cannot defend this on his own. He's gonna need some help from either Purple or from Red. And right now, look at that, the Heavy Camel running in on the Arbalest, but look how little damage these camels do. It's just nothing. It's just no damage whatsoever. And Teal will break into Yellow's base, and without that, oh boy. Now, if Purple can't help Yellow, which I don't think he can, that means that Green can basically just go to the middle and do whatever he wants. He can run into Red space, which I think he should do right now. He's sending units to help over here, but honestly, Teutonic Knights are doing fine. They're doing fine, you guys. My god, what a meme. Teutonic Knights defending Blue's base. I can't believe it. Well, they won't die to the Hussar, that's for sure. Cavalry Archers can kill them, that's true, but of course Blue is there to defend himself for the time being, which means that Green should just run into Red space. Yeah, raid Red to death. That's exactly what you need to be doing here. Red needs to keep his army alive. There's not that much military in the field anymore. Yellow doesn't have a lot of military. Purple doesn't have a lot of military. It is just Red right now. Look at that score difference as well. Red is the MVP for his team for sure, but can he do it on his own? Not when the Paladin, not when even the Teutonic Knights catch up to the Cavalry Archers. I mean, look how fast they die, but still. Ay. As we have the Hussars coming in from this side, the Teutonic Knights will deal with those. As Blue snipes all the Cavalry Archers for Red. They may be cheap, but they're not irreplaceable. I think, honestly, at this point, this probably will be the GG moment. Like, you know, Yellow under siege by Teal. Purple kind of dead. You know, still getting raided by Paladin. Teal is laying siege to Yellow's base. Yellow can never stop that, even with Cavalier. Well, this is his final hurrah. This is it. If Yellow loses this fight, he will die. There we go. He's deleting all the buildings. Trying to go for the surround. The Trebuchet is actually kind of creating a little choke point with his house for Teal. As Teal, oh, the Cavalier not engaging improperly. And yeah. Yeah. Teal got a lot of free shots there. Yellow's just resorting to killing the trebuchets, but he won't be able to clear up this army. And with that, it's gotta be the GG moment. There's no way for Yellow to come back to this. Teal bringing in the reinforcements. Blue holding on this side. But I can't believe Teutonic Knights were actually instrumental in keeping Blue alive because they were killing Hussars, man. I swear to God. Teutonic Knights. When do you ever see that? When do you ever see that? Never. In team games? Ever. I love it. I mean, it's kind of a waste of gold, maybe, but in a high-level game, you'd never get away with that one. I mean, Red would just kite those to death, as, you know, should happen. But not in this game. It was too hectic, and there you go. The GG is called at the hour-minute mark. GG well played. Yes, I like the sportsmanship because both teams played well, but Mufantasticos taking the first game. Awesome. Awesome. And again, only Category C. The way that this game goes, that would never happen at the Category 8 level. It would always be a little bit more meta. More boring, some might say, because, my God, I mean, I love Category A. They play at such a high level, but they would never make Teutonic Knights for us, ever. And they're Elite too! He got the Elite upgrade as well! I can't believe this, you gotta be kidding me, right? Elite Teutonic Knight, no way. No way! Oh, man. It's such a meme unit, though. I can't believe we saw these. The Huns getting expelled from the Byzantine base by the Elite Teutonic Knights. Wow. Wow. Now, when do you ever get to see that? Only at the Red Princess channel, that's right. Haha. Yeah, but I mean, honestly, this game could have been ended a bit earlier. And I'll tell you how. Well, Blue, for one, you know, Blue and Green kept taking fights over here against Red. Red actually got ahead of Blue, and yeah, Blue was on the back foot all this time. This made Green feel he needed to keep his cavalry over here, but honestly, I think that was a mistake. Yellow was making camels. Blue can defend himself against camels, no problem. You can even add in some pikemen if you really need to, some skirmishers if you really need to. Just defend your walls. That's what you do as Blue. Keep yourself alive, keep Yellow and Red busy. Teal was completely dominating on the right-hand side. He made so much more military, and Purple was never able to match that. But Purple, he had castles. He was fine. Teal couldn't push in. He couldn't push through. There were too many skirmishers. He needed cavalry support. So the Teuton player needed to be on this side, in Castle Age already. Starting in Castle Age. Once Purple started making skirms, that was open hunting seasons for the Teuton player. That would also draw Yellow here, by the way. If Green thought, yeah, but if I leave Blue, then Yellow will destroy Blue. Yeah, but what happens if you run in here? You know, it's basically a game of chicken, right? Who's going to break first? Who's going to cave first? Well, I'm pretty sure if a player with 40 crossbows runs into Purple's town and then Teutonic Knights come in as well, I'm fairly certain that Yellow will follow. He will follow with those camels and try to save Purple. In which case, you take a good fight, you kill Purple, game over. On this side, at least. Or at least in early Imperial Age, right? You help Teal push. Kill these buildings, kill the skirmishers so that you don't even need that much siege. The only reason Green came over here actually is because Yellow came over here. So ironically, Yellow kind of doomed his own team there by making Green go this way, which is where he should have been in the first place. Right, that's the irony, right? Yellow went that way to save Purple. As a result, he brought Green with him, and then Green finished the game on that side. Well, I mean, he killed a lot of Purple's military. After that, Teal thought, you know what, I'm going to go for Yellow. Yellow couldn't deal with that, and there you have it. I mean, of course, Green left the post on the left-hand side, which allowed Red to finally get back into the game and do a lot of damage to Blue. And Blue was certainly on the back foot, even though Blue managed to keep his economy alive, which is impressive. But then Green sent in the Teutonic Caped Crusaders right there. I love it. And actually held on against the Hussars, because without that, those skirmishers wouldn't do a whole lot, would they? And of course, the few Arbalests that Blue still had. Yeah, what an epic game. I mean, I can certainly see a world in which Boris Yeta still wins this if Yellow and Red can get a cool push going on their left-hand side. But yeah, in the late game, Teutons just simply are too strong for Berbers to deal with. Berbers just don't have the units. They can make heavy camel, but then they die to the Arbalest. Let's have a look at the KD. That will probably tell us a lot as well. As we have, yeah, a great KD there for the Teuton player. That is what I mean. Teuton player, once he can actually force fights, he has the best units. Paladin with 2 extra melee armor. Kill absolutely everything in melee. They may still die to archers, but there weren't a whole lot of those on the field. Now we're there. Of course, KD for Teal was pretty good as well. He had made more military. And Blue even did a great job defending himself against the Hunnic Horde. Yeah, a lot of that KD for Red is because he sent in a lot of Hussars, which kind of died. So, yeah. Economy-wise, economy for Red was awesome. Yeah, he outboomed everyone else, even the Teuton players. That's impressive. His teammates were behind Teal, but ahead of Blue. Right, so that makes sense. Yeah, but yeah, Purple being behind to Teal makes sense. Saracens don't get that great of an eco bonus. At least it doesn't help. The market bonus doesn't help them gather resources after all. Whereas Vietnamese get a discount on their eco tax, so that does actually help. Looking at Vulcan, 133 for Red. Yeah, outbooming everyone else. Good stuff. And I want to see who was the fastest player for this game. It was Blue, actually, with 60 APM, closely followed by Red. So yeah, these two players are very evenly matched. So no wonder that it was such a stalemate on the left-hand side. Alrighty, well that is only the first game of this series. 1 point for Mufantasticos. But you know Boris Yeta. Well, you might not know Boris Yeta, but I've seen enough of them so far that I know that Boris Yeta should be able to have something prepared on their home map, whichever map that is, by the way, because I don't know. We will see. Let's see if they can clap back and get back into this series. Ha! I was right. It's Kawasan. Aha! That's what I thought. Based on the civilizations, I figured it would be something like that. Alrighty. You guys ready for this? Let's go into the second game. Let's see if Boris Yeta can come back. Alrighty, welcome to the second game between Mufantasticos and Boris Yeta. Of course, this is the home map for the latter team, so they will want to strike back on their home turf and go to a third game to maybe still win this series. But it's going to be an uphill battle because they'd have to reverse sweep Mufantasticos. We are looking strong as well. Alright, let's introduce the players. We'll start with the home map team. In the red, we have Tino playing as the Vikings. Oh boy. We'll talk about that one in a second. In the yellow, we have Damilongi playing as the Lithuanians. Alrighty. I like that. That's good. In the purple, we have Simon playing as the Portuguese. That's good as well. On the other side, for Mufantasticos, we have La Papa playing as the Italians. Alrighty. I like that. That's fine. In the green, we have Gera playing as the Persians. That's great. I love that. It's a great civilization. And then in the blue, we have Lucio as the Burgundians. Huh? Burgundian flank? Huh. Alright. Okay, then. So, someone should probably tell Blue that you don't get fully upgraded archers. As in, like, you're lacking some upgrades there. I think you lack... actually, you do get Bracer. No, do you get Arbalest, though? Man, I don't even know, because I never have to think about Burgundians as a flank civ. What's the plan here for Blue? I'm really curious now. What do you guys think he's planning here? Like, if he's gonna fight for water, in which case, why didn't we use another civilization for that? Are we gonna go for cavalry, which kind of risky? I guess we'll see. Well, it's hard for me to predict that. Now, Blue might not fight for water then, if he's Burgundians, in which case, that pond is up for grabs, and that favors the Viking player, because we haven't talked about the Viking player just yet. Why is Vikings not the best civ on Kawasan? They are not a bad civ, but they have one fatal weakness. They do not have fire galleys, none at all. Which is fine for a larger water map like Glaciar or Atoll, where you can go for longboats. Is a red, accidentally misclicking there. Red. Okay, bring in the villagers. There you go. And shoot it again. Okay, thank God. Red almost losing a villager there. Right, so for larger water maps, Vikings are fine because you can get the Castle Age or you have the time to get galleys. Kawasan, though, not so much. These ponds are tiny, which means that if you don't have fire galleys to fight, you probably can't overwhelm your opponent on water. You know, you can try to make galleys, you're just gonna get overwhelmed. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, what Red should do, he should scout whether Blue is docking. That's important. If Blue is gonna dock, then you should probably avoid this pond. If he doesn't dock, however, then you can go for that pond nonetheless. Although Red's probably just going to go for the back pond. Yeah, he knows that. He knows his weakness. He knows that he can't fight over that pond as we have birds flying in a line. What? Why did they do this? These freaking birds. It's so creepy. What are they doing? Some sort of bird ritual. Weird. Alright, I got distracted by the birds. Well, I mean, that's common among most casters. You know, if you cast with Dave, I'm fairly certain he spends more time looking at birds than he does at players. I'm just joking. He does look at the birds, though, you know. If there's a bird in the corner doing weird shit, he will let you know about it. Right, red almost losing his sheep, but he does convert them back, so at least he can send them back to the TC. Now, one thing that I like about Vikings here is that the Kawasan tends to be a fairly wallable map. You wall here, you wall there, and then maybe over here. Kind of far out, but it's worth it. And at that point, you can keep your economy safe as Vikings and get a crazy uptime, a much better uptime than your opponent, as we have a villager without loom going down. She was trying to get the walls up. She actually did get that final piece up a little bit, but red still sniped her. As blue is docking the... Oh, he's docking the back pawn. So blue's also not going to fight for the middle. So if red spots that immediately, right, in the view lanes, if you get the walls up, just dock this as well. Just get that fish. Totally worth it. You know, just go for double fish instead of farms. Much better. On the other side, Portuguese versus Italians. Portuguese versus Italians can totally fight on water, but Teal doesn't feel comfortable about that. You know, I mean, ID doesn't feel comfortable fighting on water against Portuguese, which is admittedly difficult because they have the better ships, you know, with extra HP. Really helps you in fire galley fights, but maybe Teal wants to just go aggressive on land and doesn't want to have to invest in water. That's all fine. Purple, though, the way he is walling makes me think he probably wants to go for water here. Yeah, he's walling on this side as well. The nice wall up. I hope he's going to wall behind this, though. You need some more houses behind this because otherwise it's just a paltry wall. It's not going to stay up for very long. Blue still needs to wall his front. But yeah, there's a lot to wall, isn't it? Also, I have this feeling that Blue is going to try something on land here as he's clicking up right now. Some scouts? Who knows? Well, red is making men-at-arms. Men-at-arms from the Viking player. They have more HP on them, so it's definitely one of the better men-at-arm rushes in the game. It's very durable. Can certainly kill scouts, that's for sure. Let's see how much damage he can do with them, though, as Blue is going to try to get his walls up. See, did Blue scout that? He did scout the barracks going up, but that doesn't have to mean men-at-arms. You know, not on this map. You know, that might just mean that red is also going to make archers here. Is anyone else making anything weird here? Not seeing any more men-at-arms. As yeah, purple finished the wall. Okay, wall behind it. Just another layer of palisade walls should do it, right? As purple, did you scout? Oh, purple. Yeah, this is like going for the pawn 101. You want to know what your opponent is doing because purple's now going to drop another dog. He will make a galley, right? Even though he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to. He doesn't have to make anything here. So at least send a fishing ship, right? Just scout it out. In Dark Age, your opponent can't kill your fishing ship. So there's no way for them to kill you. So you just scout, check, see if your opponent is on water, and if he's not, then you know, I don't need a second dog. Unless you're really heavily if you're gonna go for a really heavy fish boom, which if that's the plan, alright. But I doubt it. I doubt it. If he makes a second, yeah, there you go. He makes a second fire galley. There you go. So purple just doesn't know. He doesn't know what his opponent is doing because he didn't scout it, right? So he doesn't know it. So he's making more navy right now, even though he doesn't need to. Yeah, it's a waste of resources. You don't need to do that. Much better to save that wood, go to land, get some archers out because that is actually what Teal is doing. Yeah, he's making archers. All right, the men-at-arms are in Blue's base, and Blue was not able to keep them out, and they are being fairly annoying, I'm sure. Luckily, these are not Japanese men-at-arms, so they don't attack faster. Look at them. Look at those slow pokes. Yeah. Ching, ching, ching. Oh. No. Japanese players are looking at this. They're like, you call that hitting that wall? You call that hitting that wall? Where did you get your training, Greenie? Alright, Green is... talking about Green. Green is actually fully wall... Ah, Green. You... Ah, he didn't go for the team wall. Why not wall this? Because now he is fully walled, and he had to wall a lot more now, but now Blue's base is completely open in the back. Huh. I don't know about that one. Alright, we have purple. Luckily, it didn't make any more ships than just these two, so he will have some protective ships. I mean, that he made navy at all doesn't matter, right? That's not the thing that I'm criticizing. The thing that I'm criticizing is the lack of scouting, so that he didn't know. He was gambling his opponent was on water as well. He didn't know for sure, right? It's much better to know, and then you just make a galley from one of your docks. And then you add a dock later if you want to make your fish a bit more efficient. That's totally fine, by the way. If you do it for that reason, that's fine. But I'm fairly certain that's not why purple did that. As... What? Wait, hold on just a second. What? Wait. So blue tries to quick wall his villager in. Red misclicks. Blue then walls in the scout and kills the scout because the scout is still trying to break out. Wow, nicely done there by blue. That's a great quick wall. Right, the quick wall goes down, but green is here to kill these men-at-arms. At least he's gonna try. As blue should probably just pull back the Vil so that green can run away, because green didn't actually want to fight this, because look at that. Men-at-arms for the Viking player, a lot of HP, and look at the damage that they can do against scouts. As blue's gonna try to run away, but red is chasing this. He knows that villager's right there. We want to take that, and the villager's ours. One more hit. Oh, I thought she would go down. One more hit. Oh, and blue also deleting the dock now, so that's a lot. That's a bit of waste of wood there. She's alive though. She's alive for now. Yeah, blue's start has been kind of awkward. I'm not really sure what blue's plan is. He dropped an archery range. He didn't make anything from it, so I think he just wants to get the castle age here. He's also going to drop a dock in the middle, because does he know that red's not on there? Well, he did scout it earlier. Red may be on there now, but he's not on there at the moment, so blue can totally take that pawn. That's fine. Alright, well, yellow is taking a lot of fish down here, of course. He's let fish booming nicely, and that's why it's good that purple went to the pond and fought for that, because otherwise, for, you know, purple would have been eating in the fish that was actually for yellow. Yellow is in Castle Age. We haven't talked a whole lot about yellow. I think yellow just got the walls up, wanted to go to Castle Age fast, and there you go. At the same time, green is not in Castle Age yet. He spent a lot more time walling, and he did make scouts, so that does delay you a little bit. But yeah, so knights will be out for yellow now. Let's hope we can do some damage with them at the moment. Because Mufantasticos have more military, but that's mostly because of teal. Mostly because of teal. As he's going to try to break into purple's base. Purple is kind of walled there. He's got some houses there that make it hard for teal to click which palisade wall he needs to target to break through. Because there is a hole there. I do know that because the villager was sitting there, but still. Alright, castle is as well for purple, but what is purple going to do? Boom, I guess. Alright, so purple's gonna go for a greedy boom. Alright, that's fine. Teal doesn't look like he wants to boom. He is still not in the castle age. He's about to click up. I'm sure he still needs some food, but he is making more military. There's 20 archers already. With crossbows, he could do some real damage to purple's base, alright. Especially if purple is not gonna make any military. Ah, interesting. We haven't talked a whole lot about yellow yet, about him picking Lithuanians. There's two reasons why Lithuanians are pretty good on this map. Well, one, of course, is the hybrid start, which is the fact that you start with extra food allows you to get that dock up faster, as teal kills the Vil. The other thing is building a monastery in the middle and gathering all these relics, which is fairly strong, isn't it? It makes your knights a lot stronger. Unfortunately for teal, these knights are already strong enough to kill these archers. They have +2, so these archers do 1 damage and no more than that. So they can't kill these knights. Yeah, teal, even though he's microing, there's no way that he saves these archers. They can only but tickle the knight. He will eventually break through here. Or not. Oh no, he just gives up as I say that. Just to prove me wrong. Ha. Alright, well, green is also docked on the other side now, but of course a lot of fish has already been taken away by blue, because blue didn't go to this middle pond. But blue does have this pond now as well, which red didn't take. So, yeah, that's not lots of food for blue, which is good, because it looks like blue wants to make cavalry. No surprises there. As, nicely done there by green, finding yet another villager and another villager. Let's see if he can kill it. Yellow, ooh, he right-clicked one of the scouts, and as a result, the scout's gonna get the kill, isn't he? One more hit, one more hit. Oh, and he gets the kill! Hero scout, MVP. Yellow probably very angry right now. He's like, God, gosh darn it! I wanted to build that monastery. Unfortunately, that strategy has now been found out, so you better start hurrying up gathering these relics, because your opponents are aware that you're doing this. I mean, they probably knew that anyways, but, you know. Alright, got some fish traps now. That's nice. Lots of safe economy-ish for purple. As Teal is trying to get the walls up on the right-hand side, but he can't wall too close to the water, of course, because his opponent has Navy there. Teal's still in the feudal age. He is almost there in castle age, but it's a late castle age time for him. 22 minutes is considered late. Okay, well, Red has some early crossbows trying to break through the walls, but I think he just saw. Did he see the stable? Yeah, he saw the stable. There you go. So he saw the stable with the flag on it. He didn't know how many knights Blue had, so he figured, you know what? I'm gonna build back home. I'm gonna wait for some numbers, and then we're gonna fight. Now, of course, he didn't know that Blue only had one knight, but how would you know that, right? I mean, you can't possibly know that. You can't look at Blue's score, though. Blue's score is fairly low. If he had a lot of knights, that score would be a lot higher. Just, you know, remember also, Blue has a lot of fish, so that his score is the lowest out of all of us here. It means he can't possibly have a lot of army on the field. Now, again, this is easy for me to say, to just sit here and look at the score and being able to analyze that. But when you're playing this game, you don't have the time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, well, the villager, again, is going to go down, and this may be the most dangerous job in the world, that's for sure. As a monk might get a conversion there. Convert the camel, that'd be ironic. Alright, the first relic will come in after the monk is done converting someone. My god, this monk is a hard worker. First doing the job to persuade another, you know, a person from another civilization to join your ranks, then carries a giant relic that is bigger than the monk's head, and basically his entire body. With one arm, by the way. Did you know that? Here, watch this. What's this? Look, here's holding with two. If he goes the other way, he's actually holding it with one arm. Because remember, he's holding a staff at the same time. Fairly certain he's holding it. Well, maybe he's actually holding it with two hands then. Very certain the spirit of the law once said that, but whatever, doesn't matter. Ooh, well, looky look. Blue not fully walled on this side, and Red says, hey, I can run right in here. Not a lot of villages in this that you can garrison in this DC, so Red could actually just run right through. Yeah, Red says, you know, I don't care about this. Yeah, I'm already doing this now. Problem is, there's another DC there for Blue, so Red is going to be joined by another DC, and this one actually does have a lot of villagers around it. Red, though, undeterred by that, is going to run right through the economy once more, denying the gold, the only gold that Blue can take right now. Yeah, this is only gold. Oh, never mind. Ah, he's got gold over here. Blue will be fine, as he is on the way to Imperial Age. Alright. Now, we've seen a player go fast Imperial Age with a cavalry civ before today. It did not go so well. There's a good reason for that. Look at the economy right now for Blue. He's got 46 villages and 7 fishing ships. That's decent, right? But it's not enough to spam a lot of knights. You know who can spam a lot of knights? Why, the Lithuanian player who has 72 villagers right now. In the meantime, we got Red coming back to water, killed Blue's fishing economy at the same time with the longboats. Yeah, Vikings can't fight for this in feudal age. They can certainly try in the castle age. It's Red tried to go for a sneaky dog on the other fish as well. It's too bad that didn't go up. Unfortunately, Blue could see it, so Green could deal with that. Unfortunately for Blue, even if he makes it to Imp, which he does, because this is not the Imp DC, Yellow will kill this town center, and he will kill most of these knights. And look at this. Look at the economy for Blue right now. Oops. Not Red, Blue. Right? How much food does he have? He has no food economy. He can't produce cavalry. Going fast Imp with a cavalry civ, that's such a huge risk. Like, if you're doing it to produce cavalry, how would you... You're not going to be able to do that. You're simply not going to be able to do it. 37 vills, half the fish dead as well. I'm telling you, Yellow will be able to outproduce Blue and Green at the same time, it seems. Yellow has 73 villagers and, of course, 3 relics. 4 relics. He doesn't have to fight the second attack upgrade, which is actually the final attack upgrade for Lithuanians. Once upon a time, they had all the upgrades. Now they don't. Ay. And there you go. The GG is called. There you go. Mufantasticos. Not really feeling comfortable on this map, I guess. Not really sure how maybe the best approach to take here. But I can tell you one thing. Burgundian flank into Imp into GG is not the way to go. We saw this already today. We saw a game where the pocket player in that case, who was Khmer, tried to go up the Imperial Age with 40 villagers. He had the food, so he thought, you know what, I'll just click up. The problem was, he was never able to get any military on the field because with only 40 villagers, you can't produce knights. You can't afford that. You can't afford all the upgrades. It's much better to just get the castle age fast, boom, and then go to Imperial Age with that behind military production. Because if you do this, your opponents are going to recognize that. They're going to send in their castle age military. And how would you counter that? You can't, because you can't produce. On the other side, yeah, Teal wasn't able to do that much damage to Purple, I guess. He had Purple at the castle, he had walls up, he had wall behind even, he had the water as well. Purple was on the way to Imperial Age, as was Teal, by the way, but Purple had more fish. Is that true? 5 to 12, yep, that's true. Yeah, so unfortunately for Teal, he wasn't able to do enough damage to Purple to warrant the push on this side. And then, of course, we had Yellow, who was on 2 town centers, but was booming. He was at 60 villagers, you know, getting his military out. He certainly was behind to Teal. Teal actually outboomed him. Not so much to Green. Green actually on the same number of town centers and also only 47 villagers for him. So yeah. Whereas Yellow, he invested in 14 fishing ships and 16 villagers. So he was actually far ahead, actually. And of course, had relics. So yeah. Yeah, well played by Boris Yeta, and this is good for them because this actually evens out the score, and we will go to a 3rd game now, which I'm very happy about, of course. Every quarterfinal should hopefully go to 3 games, you know, to keep it competitive. That is the best. Well, that's of course the best for us as the audience. Yeah, just look at military production for blue. 7, right? I mean 12, but 7 is the army high. He just didn't have the economy to afford this. Like, there's just no way, right? And look at Yellow with less economy. Well, actually the same amount of economy, but not going up to Imp. Converted that Imperial Age upgrade. Well, the resources that it would have costed, he converted into 38 knights. And that's a lot better. Because that wins games. Of course, Red was also helping with crossbows. And even though Purple was kind of being greedy on the other side, it's better for a archer player to do that. Because at least all the archer upgrades are cheaper. And archers are cheaper as well. So it's... and less food intensive as well. So you can have more villagers and other resources, so you can actually afford that. So it's better. We've seen it twice today. The fast imp with a cavalry ship is just not gonna work, is it? And the economy for blue, yeah, look at that. It's not enough economy. It's less economy than Yellow's economy. And remember, you got to discount about 2,000 resources from that because that was for imp, right? Which blue never was able to really make use of. The fastest play today was Red. Alright, 50 APM Martino. Good stuff. Now, we have ourselves a tied series once again. Good stuff. And this will be the final game of the series as well as it is of today. And also, the final game of my Stream Week Marathon. Jeez, it's been 7 days, but we are finally here. The final game of the day. Let's go. And, oh wait, I don't know what home map this Mufantasticos actually have. Dry River. Oh, we haven't seen that one yet this today actually. I like that. All right, let's go. You'll like Dry River. It's a good map. And there you go. Welcome to Dry River. As you can see, it's named after this titular dry river in the middle of the map, which has plenty of food in it. But let's just get this out of the way. Lots of food right there. 433,000. Now you know. There you go. All right. Now, of course, this is the home map for Mufantasticos. We will hope that, well, of course, want to strike back on their home map and then take this series for themselves with Boris Yeta. On the other side, they will want to continue and complete their reverse sweep, I mean. Let's introduce the players on Mufantasticos' side. And if you're wondering about the weird order of the colors here, that is because on Dry River there is no fixed TC position. So this may happen. You never really know where your teammates are going to end up. In the green, damn it. I scrolled over the minimap, then that happens. In the green, we have Gera playing as the Hindustanis. In the blue, we have Lucio C playing as the Mongols. In the teal, we have La Papa playing as the Bohemians. Alright. Bohemians, Hindustanis, Mongols. I'm good with that. That's good. On the other side, we have yellow. It's Damilongi playing as the Dravidians. Alright. In the purple, we have Simon playing as the Magyars. I like that. And in the red, we have Tino playing as the Japanese. Alrighty. Japanese would have been pretty good on the other map as well. I would have actually preferred Vikings here, maybe. It's okay. It's okay. Let's have a talk about the civilizations and about how they do on this map. Now, you probably already noticed, you know, everyone being on the same side. You can easily go, well, easily. It's not that easy actually, but it's more obvious, right, how you need to wall this than it is on other maps, right? Because it's pretty much a straight line. You wall like that, right here, boom, boom, and kabow, right? It's a lot of walling, but if you get that wall up and get it fortified as well, it is certainly worth it. I think, honestly, I wouldn't start walling in Feudal Age. I think it's much better to just go to stone, right? And just start with stone walls in early Castle Age. I think that's a lot better. Especially because these walls are so far away, if these are palisade walls, they will break. Now, in late game, of course, you can easily trade on the side from side to side. It's an easy trade route, and if you get the walls up, it will be safe as well. And it leaves you free to fight over the middle, all the food there. Right, of course, the same goes for Mufantasticos. Let's look at their wall up. That's easy, that's good. Nah, that's good. That's an easier wall up, it seems. Maybe not this. Green's gonna have an interesting time walling this. Alright, now let's talk about civilizations. Now, Dry River is not so much a closed off map, but it does usually lead to longer games. The reason for that is simply put, is that as Red is taking some it's taking some damage on his scout, is because players are so far away, right? So the game tends to drag on a little bit longer. Usually it ends in like mid-Castle Age when one team overwhelms the other team with military numbers, or if both teams match each other's military numbers, the game can drag on into Imperial Age, and we might even see actual trade. So any of this is still possible. Now, we have seen many combinations of civilization on this map. Because you start in a line, it doesn't really matter exactly whether you pick an archer civ or a cavalry civ. In a lot of cases, some teams have gone full cavalry. This has happened. A lot of people like to mix in cavalry archers, and this will happen as well on this map. I can tell you that much. I think actually every team here has that possibility. The Dravidians will go for archers, right? Magyars will go for knights. And then the Japanese will go for cavalry archers. Yeah, you actually get fully upgraded cavalry archers with Japanese. You get all the upgrades. So they're actually not half bad. So, of course, they're not as good as Mongol cavalry archers. That's a whole other thing altogether, but still. Now, remember that we have a little bit of a fight down here. I think red's just being annoying, as is purple. Yeah, probably purple then. Alright, so Bohemians will go for archers, that much is clear. So we have an archer player, a cavalry archer player, and a cavalry player on either side of the Great Divide. Alright, well that's going to be an interesting dynamic. Now, the Japanese player does not have to go for cavalry archers. Of course not. You can totally go for crossbows as well. This is totally fine. Honestly, considering that the Mongol player is unlikely to make knights, Steel is definitely not going to make knights, and Green can't make knights, I would honestly just say, Red, just make crossbows. It's fine. Because camels can't kill you, but they sure can kill cavalry archers, right? So you're actually just inviting a counter against you if you go for cavalry archers. You don't need those. The only thing that you have to worry about is the mobility of the Mongol cavalry archers. Hey, but that is what the team walls are for, right? Although Red is not going to go wall all the way down here. He's going to wall between these wood lines. He's going to wall like that, which is totally fine. As Purple is actually scouting this with sheep. Oh wow, I have never ever seen anyone scout this side of the map with his goats. That's kind of interesting. Now, I mean, you have a lot of fish in the middle, so I guess it's okay. But still, right? Not taking your goats? Crazy. What a rebel. Alright. Now, there's two ways to go about this, right? And one of those ways will not be seen here today. You know, it's pretty clear both teams are going to go for feudal age aggression. I don't see anyone who I'd say, oh yeah, they're going to go fast castle here. But yeah, indeed, you could go for a fast castle. You know, you just take some fish, but prepare to lose it. And you wall up, get the castle age, then strike back and retake the fish and deny your opponent's fish, who will stay in feudal age a bit longer. But most teams have agreed, or maybe not verbally, but by playing the same strategy, have agreed that feudal aggression is probably the best way to go. To defend your own fish, and of course to attack the fish from your opponent. Again, there's so much food on this map, you do not want to let your opponent get to your fish. Unfortunately for green, he didn't wall off his fish. Yeah. I don't understand why we didn't wall. Like, this is how you wall that. Like what purple is doing. Right there. You put a mill in the middle here, and you just wall between the choke points, and your villagers can take all these fishing patches. And, you know, it's fairly nice. Purple even walling more. What? Are they going to go for a team wall? Well, actually, no. Yellow is not walling, but good do it. Has a really nice fish patch here. That's nice. Very nice. Remember that Dravidians actually get a little bit of a bonus here. They carry more shorefish. Right, which makes them a little bit more efficient. But, again, it's nowhere near the Indian bonus. Alright, well, the Mongol player's opening scouts, no surprises there. If it's not going to be a fast castle into Mengidai or cavalry archers, it will be a scout rush, and that makes a lot of sense. So it will be scouts for blue, and scouts for Hindustanis? No. No, wait, hold on a sec, maybe. Because Hindustan, it's not like he can click up just yet. He'd have to sell a stone in order to get the castle here. Don't know if that's worth it. He's building a stable though, so we'll see. I guess green kind of changing his mind. He did build a market first. So that makes me think he wants to just buy his way up to the next stage. Which, if that's the plan, that's okay. Mongol player is buying him some time. Although the Mongol player does need some help here himself. Does manage to wall in his fish actually. Nice walls there, but there's still one hole. Oh, yeah, nicely done there by blue. Once again, quick fingers there for blue at least. Gets the walls up, you know, and at least will defend, will keep his fish safe, and now he can kill the scout, and there you go. Bring back his own scouts. I don't know if you want to fight that, though. Best to just let Teal come over here with his archers. Teal right now is keeping his archers at home. Yeah, they could definitely help over here. I think Teal should send the archers here, kill this. That'd be good. We got yellow now with some archers as well. Yeah, the Dravidian archers, that makes sense. You never see yellow archers, do you? It's because yellow is always the pocket color, but in this case, it doesn't really matter, because it's Dry River. Everyone's the pocket and the flank at the same time. Well, maybe not entirely, but because you stand in a line like that, it doesn't really matter. Oh boy, here are the Magyar scouts. The Mongol scouts already struggling against those, and then the Japanese men-at-arms are here as well, so... And the Mongol player is making more scouts, but he's going to have to find a way to compete with these Magyar scouts, which have extra attack. I don't know. Honestly, I kind of like the opening for Boris Yeta a lot better here right now. They pushed green off a fish, which hurt green's castle time, if that's the plan. He's not making any scouts, so I'm fairly certain that that's what he wanted to do. But it's not going to be a fast castle for green. Almost. He can almost click up here. And blue is at the same time now under siege by 2 forces. Yeah, you might have to tower your fish here. You may have to tower your fish. You're fully walled at the front. It's double stable as well for blue. Jeez. Making a lot of scouts. It's double stable also for the Magyar player. Wow, both Mongols and Magyars duking it out with the scouts. But unfortunately, the Magyars do have the better scouts. Until you get the attack upgrade. Alright, green on the way to castle states. Green's Hindustani camels can clean all of this up easy. The problem is that it's still 1 minute and 50 seconds away, and blue is going to try to run with his villagers. He can't. Drop a tower. Just drop a tower. It's fine. You know, it's fine. I know you don't want to drop a tower. I know you want to gather a stone for a castle, maybe. If yellow keeps harassing your fish, I don't know. As Teal coming in to save his buddy. Unfortunately, does not have any support from blue anymore. His scouts are not here. And purple, who has upgrades on his scout, well, actually only the attack upgrade, is killing a lot of archers here. The micro from blue from Teal is pretty good, but it's not good enough to save his archers. And with that, Teal can't do any damage to yellow anymore. It's yellow. Alright, kills the archers. Good. And now red says, let's attack the fish. We need to attack the fish. But blue did drop a tower. Good job, blue, to recognize that right now the military lead is for Boris Yeta, who are making a lot more military. You need a tower at this point. You just do. Oh boy, the men-at-arms helping, the archers here for the Japanese player breaking into green space. Green is going to drop a tower now on the goal to keep himself safe. That will probably go up. And red is now running into the TC. 50% of the way, yeah, that will go up. That will go up. The red will see that, he will back off. Yeah. Red can sit under the tower though. But I'm not sure if you want to do that, since the camels will be coming out, and camels with some upgrades can still kill this. One villager down for green, but at least villagers are cheap for green, so you will be okay with that. the same time, yellow and purple, they're moving into teal space, and teal and blue were not walled here. They didn't team wall that side, so as a result, they can run right into teal's economy. Teal now dropping a panic tower on his fish. He wants to keep that alive. Only has a few archers there, as Boris Yeta is making so much more military. Mufantasticos. They want to get up to Castle Age, but they don't have the military to deny any of this. As yellow tries to kill the tower, but I don't think that's a good idea. Yellow. You don't want to fight under a tower, because then you actually are outnumbered. Okay, yellow sniping some free archers. Yeah, nicely done by yellow. Some reinforcements that teal will never be able to use now. Good stuff. Red still having to deal with these archers, and he doesn't have the gold for more camels, does he? Where's his camels? He's got one. One camel. This is not going well for Mufantasticos. This is not going well at all. They are behind by 40 villagers right now. And they have so much... and also 40 military at the same time. Yeah, I mean, blue is still on his fish. Teal is kind of on his fish. You know, he's still on the siege. We have a bit of lag there. That's on their side. That's not me. That's just the players. But green, yeah, that fast... that greedy boom into castle did not really work out for green, as green is down... Wait, hold on just a second. How does green only have 18 villagers? Wait. What? He lost 9 villagers! Holy crap! Green, what happened? What happened? Green lost 9 villagers! He's at 18 villagers right now. No wonder he can't get any camels out. Ay. Disaster for Mufantasticos on this side. That is not good at all. Alright, well, yellow's gonna try to break through the walls here. Ironically, he can just walk around. Hey, you just walk around. Yellow. I guess he doesn't know. Yellow doesn't know. It's fine. Scouts now to make the life for green even worse, as green's gonna drop a TC now on the fish. That's alright. I would have liked that TC right here for more fish, but it's okay. Gotta keep something safe. As red says, yo, come help me kill this tower. There you go. Haha, tower is down. That's 175 stone you will never be getting back. Har har. 175? Where's 125, I mean. Same time, red putting some pressure on the fish here for blue, but of course putting pressure by killing yourself is not very conducive to a victory, is it? As, yellow manages to find a gap in the wood line here that blue was about to wall off. Blue didn't get that wall off, and now all these villagers are going to have to run away. Ay. The Mufantasticos, they're on a castle age. It doesn't matter. They don't have the military count nor the economies. It's 36 villagers for blue. And with that, he has the biggest economy right now for Mufantasticos. 28 villagers, 29 for teal, 24 for green. They all lost vills. I mean, teal lost 10 villagers. I think the Magyar scout rush completely overwhelmed them. I think the Hindustani players should have also made cavalry. You know, when your opponents are all going feudal age military and you cannot keep your fish safe, you don't have the walls up, you're going to have a bad time. I think green, if you're going to do stuff like this, you're going to have to actually build walls here. Because a greedy castle age, you know, the best way to counter that is by going aggressive in feudal age and then just denying resources for the player that tries to go to Castle Age. And then at the same time, red is now in Castle Age, and red has more military. Red has 26 crossbows, and those crossbows will eventually make their way into green's base. And green, he's safe nowhere. He's trying to get something out, but again, defending yourself against crossbows for green is almost impossible, especially with camels. You'd almost need skirmishers in order to do that. Same time, green getting some knights out now, some Mongol knights, because he has to. Someone's gonna have to make knights here to kill yellow's economy, but my god. Mufantasticos, they did so good in the first game. Then the second game went for Boris Yeta, and now the third game. It's the home map for Mufantasticos, but it's just not working out, is it? It's not working out at all. Boris Yeta is ahead in all categories, in the vil count and the military count. I mean, if you're behind in vil count but have military, that's fine. If you are behind in military count but have the economy, that's fine too. But if you're behind in both, that's not good. That's not good at all. Because that's just a double whammy. That will just get worse and worse. Because if you're behind in economy, you will be able to make less military, right? If you're able to make less military, you can't defend yourself against your opponent, who then will kill your economy. So you're still behind in economy, right? And that just never ends. Alright, well, Teal actually managed to get an army out. We do know that La Papa loves to spam crossbows. He didn't get chemistry just yet. I don't think he can afford that with Bohemians. Let's see. No. Not yet. As Balkanauer just came in, but the Knights, the Magyar Knights with the extra attack and the +2, clearing up all the crossbows for Teal. And Teal, oh, he kills his own crossbows. Yeah, the Mangonel got a kill, but it was not a Knight, I can tell you that much. Oh, man. Man, oh, man. Red just sits right at the right on the doorstep here. We'll just drop a siege workshop. We'll just start ramming, or ramming, or whatever you want to do against this town center. Kill it. Green is trying to reboom. It's all he can do. He's getting fletching right now. That's for the town center. Yeah, just so the town center does more damage. But oh boy. Yellow's sitting in the middle of Blue's economy, being very annoying, and Blue's dealing with that with some mangonels. We'll deal with that. That's fine. Yellow being annoying on this side as well. Oh, man. Okay, Teal. Oh, big shot. Big shot. Ooh, bam! Great shot there on the crossbows. This is the kind of stuff that we need in order to get back into this game, for sure. Okay, attack round there. Ooh. Alright, well, Yellow should get into minimum range. Yeah, there you go. Nicely done by Yellow as well. Sit in the minimum range. That Mangonel's not going to do anything. Bam, it's dead. In the meantime, the Knight, they broke through in the fish, and now Teal's taking even more losses. 20 villagers down. Ah, Mufantasticos. 108 villagers versus 167. There you go. GG, well played is called. GG, well played. GG, well played. Suerte la próxima. Well, I appreciate the sportsmanship there. Good stuff. But Mufantasticos realizing that Boris Yeta simply outplayed them on their home map. It's GG, and Boris Yeta move on to the semifinals. Wow. Yeah, honestly, this was just domination by Boris Yeta. Like, they went full feudal aggression, and Mufantasticos, they had a plan. They wanted to get the Hindustani player to the castle stage as fast as possible. The Mongol player would delay with a scout rush. Yes, the problem was the scouts never made it to the other side, or at least not a whole lot. They were always defending around here. And then you're defending against scouts from the Magyars, which are better, against archers from Yellow. And Teal, once he tried to help, he got cleared up. So then you still couldn't save yourself. And Blue and Teal, they were just constantly on the siege. There was just military everywhere. Boris Yeta was spamming everything right now. So much military. And indeed, I'm so glad that Red just decided, you know, just stick with crossbows. It's fine. And against the Hindustani player, what's he going to do? What's he going to do? Make camels? Nah, of course not. Yeah, but what can I say? I mean, Boris Yeta just played it better. Played it better. The answer here from Mufantasticos was, as soon as they see 3 groups of military, you need Green to also start making scouts. Like, start making scouts. Now, for one, take your fish back. Start making scouts, and next time wall that in. Like Blue did, right? Like Blue did, that's fine. Make scouts, match this, get a good engagement against Red or Yellow, right? Because Red and Yellow were both making archers, so if you go double scouts and they don't make spearmen, you can maybe overwhelm the Magyar player and then take out either one of the 2 archer players so that Teal can take the other one out. That way you have an even fight, that way you have an even match, and maybe when you get to Castellate, you actually have the economy. The economy to produce. That didn't happen this time, yeah. I mean, Green got overwhelmed completely by the archer army from Red. Blue got overwhelmed by the Magyar scouts. Yellow got overwhelmed by the Magyar scouts and by the archers from the Dravidian player. And the rest is history. I mean, looking at the statistics, we'll probably tell that as well. I'm also interested in KD because we do know who got the better KD. You know, that's fairly clear. What I'm interested in is right here. Look at the army count here for Boris Yeta. Just consistently so much higher. Only the exception was Teal, but Teal lost all these crossbows there to the Knights, and yeah, that was unfortunate as well. And Green, he never made any military. Never. I made a camel, and that's it, which he lost too. Yeah, unfortunately, if it's 3 versus 2 with military on a map like Dry River, like I said, Dry River either ends in middle Castellate when one team gets overwhelmed by the Castellate military for the other team, or if both teams do the same thing, then the game drags on later. And I think if Mufantasticos were able to counter what Boris Yeta were doing, they would be able to go for their plan. But unfortunately, they just didn't have the military production. And that's critical in any Age of Empires game, especially Dry River, which is still fairly open, right? It's not like it's a closed-off map by any means. And of course, the economies for Boris Yeta were also a lot better as well, as you can see. A lot more resources being brought in because they had more villagers alive, you know, by this time, as you can see. Yeah. This game was very much in the favor for Boris Yeta at this point. Even if they lost all their armies, they'd still be in a winning position, just because their economies were so much better. Alrighty, let's have a look. What's the fastest player? It was Simon this time, but closely followed by Tino. There you go. And by Lucio C. There you go. Alright, I'd like to say congratulations, Boris Yeta, for getting their victory. And of course, a reverse sweep, always difficult to do. Deservedly so. Of course, good luck next time for Mufantasticos. They can still be proud of their performance in this tournament. They got all the way to the quarterfinals. That is not a bad result at all. Alright, well, GG.